We're going to the gravy boat, ladies and gentlemen. Krilo from Soap. We all know Soap. We've seen them here a lot. Rocking the Asuri. And Logic from Frost. Rocking his good old Hattori.
Yeah, Hattori's all I expect to see from Logic throughout the duration of this tournament. We go into game one here, and Krilo and Asuri. It's been a while since we've seen an Asuri main in Gravy canceling. But opening with that downer, actually clips him, but doesn't decide to do anything with it. Very little damage being done there, but a nice sidelight in the downlight. Krilo taking a small lead here as Logic struggles to adjust, but a nice downlight into a ground pound, trying to mix it up and get a nice bit of follow-up. Doesn't work out, but he's finding all of these opportunities to get damage on the Krilo here, and he's taking the lead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is going to be a tough game for Krilo. I mean, he's playing Asuri, and he's got the guitars, which are a very aggressive, heavy weapon. You know, a lot of down air approaches, and I feel like Logic is going to use his passive aggressive playstyle to punish that and do a ton of damage. But we'll just have to see. Krilo does manage to get in there with quite a few down airs, and that's going to do a ton of damage to Logic.
Tosses the sword into Krilo's face. Krilo looking for an opportunity to attack here as a side stick comes out. Waiting patiently for him to come back. Both players are kind of even on damage, but Logic feeling like he's losing out on the pressure. Finds the down sig, sends him flying. Isn't enough to KO yet, but Logic definitely having the kill pressure now as the side stick connects. Sends him flying, but it doesn't do it yet as the dodge comes in from Krilo. Krilo heavily damaged, trying to avoid these spear side airs as Logic was interrupted from the signature and a D-light coming out. Logic, gets interrupted at that downlight from a neutral light and manages to find a nair, tosses the bomb off stage, but now he's out of a weapon. The Haymaker hits him in the middle of the dodge, and that will take the first stop.
I mean, I just saw three of the most beautiful landing reads I've seen in a while. Logic doing a great job at reading Krilo's landings and punishing those. I mean, they were trading evenly as far as damage, but Logic got those really crucial moves that, you know, kind of changed the pace of the game a bit.
Nice end sig coming out from Logic, but it wasn't enough to do it. Krilo is trying to go in for these end sigs, gets the downer, and he's in the stock. The down sig does not connect and gives Logic a free down air or down light Sair punish, but Krilo tossing him off the stage, gets the Sair, KOs Logic's first stock, and isn't it too much of a damage deficit?
Yeah, I mean, Krilo did a great job at finding that execution right there, but Logic is starting to rack up the damage already, and he's just spawned. He goes for that side sig, but Krilo punishes appropriately with Sairs.
Down sig thrown out, Krilo trying to go for those side lights. Nice D-light Sair coming out from Logic, and he's looking for a nair, and he gets it. Krilo sent towards the top, nearly KO'd. The Sair interrupted by that weapon toss. N-sig does not connect. Krilo finding these nairs as Logic throws out ground pounds, trying to execute Krilo in whatever fashion that he can. Kind of fishing at this point, but it's okay because he's not taking too much damage to the down sig. Connects, disarms him, but does not kill just yet. Logic looking for those down airs, puts out the N-sig, can't seem to find the right amount of damage.
This is another one of those games where I feel like Krilo needs to force Logic to approach. Krilo is making all the advances here, and that's giving Logic a slight damage lead.
Ooh. And like we see that signature there. It's cool that you're going for a slide charge sig, but like it's so easy to downer punish
he was in kill percent, and he put himself in a position on the side of the map where he could get punished. And Logic is the type of player where he's not going to sleep on that. He's gonna go for that punish.
A nice end sig landed from Krilo there, but it didn't send him into the mine, so he didn't get the kill. And now Krilo is looking for a way in, has the bomb, tosses it down, and actually connects. That kills. Whoa! Suddenly it's even.
Looking for a way in, and he found a way in. Krilo with a well-placed bomb toss, even up the stocks. It's any player's game at this point. Krilo's starting to rack up the damage with the guitars, but Logic responding with a few sword light attacks is gonna even it up.
Lions in the center of the stage, both players waiting for the other to approach, recognizing now that Logic, what he just landed on the mine.
Believe it or not, though, I'm actually happy that we saw both players waiting for the other to approach, because that means Krilo is starting to realize that he's getting punished for all of these advances. He needs to wait for Logic to lose patience a bit and start punishing for that.
And, I mean, he got rewarded for it. His Logic literally just walked onto a mine, picks up the guitars there from the horn, Logic trying to get something in, but Krilo finding those guitar strings, picks up the sword, waits out Logic's approach, throws out a side sig, and try to bait something, but no! Wow, a Sair into end sig, Logic tossing out that bomb. Krilo has to recover high, but Logic fails that edge guard there, and now damage is evened up. A nice down air coming out from Krilo. Krilo goes in, goes for the sig, it connects! Logic, nearly KO'd.
Logic is now entered the kill percent. Just about anything from Krilo will kill, but Logic does have the spear in hand, and that's got enough force to send Krilo far enough for a kill if he can get himself in position.
Oh, downline Sair, will that do it? It does. Krilo manages to take the game after some devastating bomb hits. I feel like Logic kind of did that to himself.
That was a really really close match. I mean, in the beginning, Krilo, he was playing, in my opinion, a little bit too aggressive against Logic, and he was getting punished pretty heavily for that. But towards the end, he started to be a little bit more patient, and Logic started to be a little less patient, and that worked out in the favor of Krilo.
So Logic's saying that the reason why he jumped into that mine was because of lag, and now he's going to be restarting his client most likely as they can go into game 2.
All right, yo, I'm just gonna call my friend John real quick. I'll be right back.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Lag is a thing. We have to consider.
No, it's definitely a thing. I mean, actually, after a recent server migration, I mean, it's expected that you're gonna have a few hiccups here and there.
I know a lot of players have had ping differences in favor and against them. Like,
I've had it go both ways, actually. I've had where my connection was better, and I've had where my connection was worse. It's weird. It's very inconsistent.
Yeah,
I was unsure if it was my connection, or it could possibly be my connection.
Yeah, a lot of changes being made. Crocky, a member of Vex, used to be able to get really good ping on EU servers, but ever since the server changes, his ping has been so abysmal that he can't even play on those servers now. I know DeBrain has actually got a ping improvement on US East since the server change, albeit a minor one. And we're getting ready to go into game 2 here as Krilo switches up to Thatch.
I wish I was more familiar with Krilo. I wonder what he mains. I wonder how comfortable he is with guns. I feel like these guns are going to do him really good in this game right here, but we'll just have to see. We're going to go through map bans once again. Blackguard being the first thing banned now. Twilight Goad followed up after that. King's Pass, Thunderguard, and Mammoth also banned. We're going to the Great Hall.
The Great Hall is coming up, and normally you'd say like, oh, sword combos with downlights do this.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting actually to see a ton of gun combos. I'm looking to see some dares, some sayers, and some gravy cancel downlights.
Gives up a little wave, goes for the weapon, but Logic snacks it right underneath his feet as they both pick up the sword here. D-Light Sayers coming up from Logic, goes for that GCN6 to read a dodge in, but Krilo does not give it to him. Goes for that ground pound, does not work out. Downer's being tossed out. Sayer from Logic into a downer. He's got Krilo at the bottom of the stage. Doesn't get the ground pound, however, as a recovery interrupts Logic from getting that camp. And Krilo, now in the orange, makes it back. Has the stage pressure advantage, but a damage deficit. Logic makes it back to the center and gets a nice downlight Sayer. Not going for those double D-Light recoveries to maximize damage, but still getting something off of those downlights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually quite impressed by Logic able to space and approach these guns the way he is. He's done a ton of damage. I know that Logic actually this is probably the least comfortable thing for Logic. He's not really comfortable against guns, but he's doing an excellent job at punishing Krilo's guns. I mean, he had absolutely no opportunities to approach there.
Yeah, he was not. I don't think that recovery was very good either. I think Krilo either making a mistake with that dodge or just dodging in the making a poor decision.
Absolutely, but I also want to note that Logic took advantage of that.
Wow, that ground pound read that Krilo just got off there actually would have led into a recovery if he was ready for it. I don't think he actually intended for that to hit. It brought Logic into the origin. Nice! Pivot side sig to be able to send him flying down. Six coming out the cannonballs, raining onto the side of the map, and Logic not wanting to run into those at all. Goes for that ground pound, recovery hits. Krilo gets hit by a side air, avoids that side sig, has the opportunity to kill Logic here as he goes in for that slide charge signature, but it does not connect. Krilo trying to get this KO, and he finds the down air, evens it up 2-2. What an explosive amount of hits coming out from Krilo's Thatch.
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say that, even though Krilo was at a disadvantage, it wasn't too big of a disadvantage because the way this map is, the kill boxes are very close, and it doesn't take much to get an execution here on the Great Hall. And Krilo is actually starting to abuse Logic's misspacing against these guns. However, Logic does land... Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
That was so good! I don't think Krilo was going to make it back unless he went for that dive kick trade, and Logic ended up saving him with the recovery!
That was actually really good from both players.
That was insane! Fighting off stage and using each other's hurt boxes to get their recoveries back. Krilo now has Logic in kill percent, has the lead. Logic, however, fighting the D-Lights, finding the sidelights, goes for the weapon toss. The ground pound does not connect, and Krilo gets the down air, taking the lead. What an insane exchange of attacks off stage.
Yeah, that was ridiculous and really unexpected. I didn't even know what to say right there, to be honest with you. But I am going to say this once again. I'm going to repeat myself. This map has very small kill boxes, and it won't take much for Logic to even it up. And just like that.
Right where you were talking about it, that downlight Sarah killing way earlier than I think it was supposed to. And now it's evened up 1-1. Krilo calling out a weapon, but landing into a sword neutralite. Gets that cider. Ground pound. Goes for the dare. Logic barely getting gimped by that sword, but knowing how to recover against it. No, he's dead!
Yeah, Logic put himself in a terrible position there, being underneath Krilo on the side of the map.